Today I wanted to try something new. I've never done anything like this on this channel, but to be honest, I want to switch up the content. Been doing all these album battles, which I am not done with, but I did want to take a little break. Today I want to go through 21 Pilot's newest album, Clancy, and give you guys my favorite 10 seconds of every song. I know there's videos like this on YouTube, but oftentimes I don't really hear people explaining the reasoning behind why it's their favorite. So that's what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to play the 10-second clip, and then I'll explain why it is my favorite part of the song. I don't know, I thought it would be a fun little video. Let's just get right into it. Yeah, so I am starting this one off pretty basic, as this is just part of the chorus, but let me explain. Don't get me wrong, there's so many moments in the song that could fit here. I even think the initial instrumental switch up could fit here because it sounds so cool. I also think the intro with the Bandito sample is just as cool. I also think the Soul Carazone part is just as cool. And he's like, yes, we like the perfect length. I don't need them any longer, but for goodness sake. You know, I'm not... I just edited myself in auto-tune singing that, didn't I? Anywho, I picked this part because I think it hits so hard after that initial rap verse that Tyler goes with. This song catches you so off guard. Starts off with these heavy drums, the Welcome Back to Trench, the Bandito sample, and then it goes into this beat switch up with him rapping. It's super sick. And then I love the singing on this chorus. I think it's one of the most addicting, catchy choruses on the entire project, and it's constantly stuck in my head since the day it came out. I'm obsessed with it. I think the lyrics to this part are fantastic. The dangerous bend symbol is absolutely iconic. Everything about this chorus is just perfect to me. And like I said, there's so many parts that could have gone here, but this is my favorite part of the song, especially to sing along to. But I do think even those rap verses, like the I am Clancy part, it goes crazy. I know this is a bit of a basic pick, but I think you guys might understand why. And yeah, that's my reasoning. So we're going to head on to the next song, Next Semester. Okay, also kind of a predictable part for Next Semester. The chorus is the chorus for a reason. It's got to be the most catchy part. I chose this part of the song though. This is very important, what I'm about to say as to why I chose this. It's the end of that pre-chorus where he says, can't change what you've done, start fresh next semester. But then it goes back into the main chorus with the I remember certain things. I think it hits so hard. I think it hits harder than the extended outro on that vocal, where then we go into the slow ukulele outro to the song. I think this part goes absolutely insane. I think it's very impactful for the song. Debatably my favorite song on this entire album. I'd say Navigating and Next Semester are my top two, but I think Next Semester lyrically is so much more important, and it's one of the most important songs in my entire life. One of the greatest songs I've ever heard, and one of the most impactful songs I've ever heard in my entire life. This is my choice for my favorite 10 seconds of Next Semester. I wonder how many of you guys are gonna relate to this and feel the same way. Obviously, this video is just an opinion, like there's no right or wrong. If you have a different 10 seconds that you enjoy more, that's perfectly fine. I understand that the lyrics are so deep in all these songs that it could be a random verse, and I totally get that. But now we're going to move on to Backslide, which once again I kind of have an obvious pick. Sorry. Yeah, so another very basic pick by me for Backslide, but hear me out. As much as the lyrics are important in this song, there's none that I really relate to in the rap verses. Obviously, they're very personal for Tyler and even in the storyline. But when this chorus comes in, I even have a reaction video on my channel. That's a shameless little plug if you haven't checked out my initial Backslide reaction. When I first heard this chorus, it was so powerful and so deep, and just the words to this one in the chorus, it made me tear up. And not a lot of songs really do that anymore. It takes a lot to make me feel like emotional. And even after a long time of this song being out, it's still one of the most important and one of my favorites on this entire album. And it still hits so hard. I truly think this is one of the most powerful songs 21 Pilots has ever made on a lyrical note, especially in the chorus. I feel like there's very few songs that match the energy this one puts out. And the power and passion in the chorus really does it for me, and that's why I'm going to put it here. I'll start changing things up. Let's try it with Midwest Indigo. And by the last 10 seconds, I roughly mean the entire outro of Midwest Indigo. There's also many parts of this song that I think you could slot here. I think just the chorus alone is fantastic. I think the "What's Your ETA 2 minutes" part was very much a contender to go here. And I also love that part before this last chorus with the higher pitch vocal and when the instrumental dies down and goes into this absolutely insane, catchy, fun time of a chorus. But I did ultimately go with this outro. Now, it's very rare for me to pick a part of a song where it's mostly instrumental, but this part's just such a good time. I can't wait for the concert. You know, everyone's going to be jumping around to this part, going crazy. I think it's such a great way to close this song. I love the way it ends. I think instrumentally it sounds great. Production-wise, it sounds great. I love the electronic vibe to it. It's such a rock-out little song. And yeah, Midwest Indigo, it's fantastic. There was a lot of options, but I ultimately did go with this. I think this is my favorite part of the song. Just, it all connects so well. Alright, I know I'm ranking songs for 10 seconds, so let's take a 10-second break where I'm going to ask if you're enjoying what you're watching. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really does help out a lot. Channel's been growing, and I do want to keep pumping out content, so if you're enjoying this, please like it. And if you haven't checked out the rest of the videos on the channel, I think there's something you guys could enjoy. Hit that subscribe button. Let's keep growing. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to the video.
It's tough to find good company. Recurring days blurring. I'm still learning what this is. Just keep me company.
Now, this was a very specific part in this verse for me to choose from. There was also many options. I cannot say enough how much I love the last chorus on the song with the backing vocals that hit so hard. This song is so complete. Routines of the Night is one of the best songs on here, one of the most catchy, if not the most catchy, but I think this part stands out for me the most. I was going to originally put the last chorus, but re-listening to them side by side, this is the one that does it for me. I think this is one of the most unique flows on the entire project. It definitely catches your attention. I think the wordplay is great. I also definitely chose this part because of the vocal effect that they put on the word company. I think it just hits, and then the way it ends with what this is just fantastic. This was a very specific part for me to choose from, but I had to do it. It is the best 10 seconds of the song in my personal opinion, the most enjoyable. So that's my reasoning for Routines of the Night. We're going to move on to Vignette. So as much as I love this entire song and want to say there was other options, there really wasn't, because I had to include the part where he screams and then it goes into that high-pitched chorus, which he just absolutely crushes. You know what? Let me try it with my auto-tune. Clinging to promises, fighting off the vignette. I'm gonna have to listen to that one back and see how much I crushed it. Let me know down below if I could be Tyler Joseph. Alright, I'll quit playing. Anyways, Vignette is such a complete song. It is one of my favorites. It's an absolute standout on Clancy. And I do absolutely enjoy the verses. The rap flows are great. I love the vocal performance on his rap verses throughout this whole song. I also really enjoy the instrumental breakdown near the end of the song, and I was definitely would have put that if the song didn't have that scream in it. But when Tyler Joseph screams, you gotta put it as the best part of a song. Happy Pride Month. No Diddy.
But I swear that I will give more than I take away.
Well, since this is the best 10 seconds from the album, this obviously is Jenna's version. Of course, that's the version that is on the album. And yeah, this is undoubtedly the best part of the song for me. The voice crack, are we kidding, Tyler? Don't get me wrong, I think the chorus is fantastic. And if I was doing the single version, it would probably be the chorus that is my favorite 10 seconds. But with this stripped back, very sad feeling version of this song, I think you can't go wrong with that voice crack at the end. So much passion. I think this is the most like raw vocal performance we've ever gotten from Tyler, and that's crazy because a lot of his earlier stuff was very raw and authentic. I also think this is such an emotional track. It's just perfect. This is my pick for the Craving. I think you guys will understand that.
Big flex, complex, Napoleon. I say whatever and whatever that I want. Sip a Capri Sun like it's Dom Perignon. I'm talking tough happily with someone in front of me. Room on the payroll, everyone.
If you guys know me, you know how much I love this song, even though I know it's not the best received and it is definitely lower on the rankings for how good this album is. I love Lavish. I think it's such an enjoyable time. Yes, the chorus is a lot of fun, but I think it gets a little boring. Of course, it's going to be this part in the rap verse. Now, I chose this specific part because how could you not include the Big Flex, Complex, Napoleon, and the Capri Sun lyric? And then, of course, when that drum hits and we go into this super fun flow while the instrumental is popping off in the background, you cannot go wrong with this. Now, if this was my favorite 10 seconds from the music video, it would be a much more difficult challenge because, are we kidding? But yeah, that's my reason for Lavish. I think a lot of you will understand and agree with that one too, to be honest. Now for navigating, there was also a lot of choices. I even think down to the verses. That last verse about how everyone leaves was a super close choice for me, but I did have to go with this part, and it's very specific as to why. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The instrumental dies out. We just get these small little drum hits and the little bass strings, and then it all comes together during that last my oh my, and we absolutely go into this big rock out sesh. It's like a finale for this song, and I think it's so good. And once again, I'm feeling like I'm having some basic takes here, but they're the best 10 seconds for a reason. I think these songs have very standout moments, and yeah, I think this is definitely my favorite part off of Navigating. I think it hits so hard and just really concludes the song in such a perfect way. So Snapback is one of my least favorites on this entire project, but I still enjoy it on a lyrical standpoint. I don't get connected to this one as much, even though I think it's super deep. It just kind of loses me. But that's my personal opinion. I'm still going to have a favorite 10 seconds because I still do enjoy the song. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I don't like it. This whole album's just full of slappers. Snapback, for me, it was up to two options. I love the callback to Backslide and the way his voice sounds when he sings that part, but I had to go with this part where he sings about his elasticity coming back to him. I think on the lyric side of this, that's such a deep, powerful line, and I think his voice sounds absolutely great during that lyric as well. His vocal performance really picks up during the end of the song when he starts singing, because this song is full of just like a very dry tone, which makes a lot of sense for the themes of the song. I actually think this song is perfect for that kind of tone. But then we get this like very heavy drop in the instrumental, and it kind of feels like a breakthrough, and then we get his singing powerful voice, and yeah, I think this lyric's really a standout, and for me, it just resonates with me more than most of the lyrics on this song. So I'm going to put it here in my favorite part of Snapback. Only getting to choose 10 seconds for the song is absolutely criminal. There's so many good moments on this song, but I must say I had to go with this one. Now, some honorable mentions. I even think the very beginning with the relative pain line hits hard. I love the way that one sounds. And I also think shortly after this, where the instrumental's kicking in, and we hear the make an oath and make mistakes line, I think that also goes crazy. And we, of course, hear him chanting for Rose, but I did ultimately go with this part of the song, because I think the lyric sticks out so much during this part. You're in the crowd at our first dance recital. That is the most sweet, pure, genuine lyric on this entire song. This song's super relatable, super adorable. Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. This is definitely my pick. I think that's the best lyric on this song, or the most enjoyable part for me, that hits me the most. So debatably my favorite song on this entire album, it's definitely up there. This song had so many options for me to choose from. I think the verses are awesome. I also just think every part of the chorus is fantastic. But of course I'm going with this big outro ending that they do go with, where we have the chorus and we have it build up with these accelerated drum hits, and then it drops into the outro with the chorus, and oh my god, this one, it really just hits so hard. This song is very much one of my favorites and one of the most personal, deep ones for me, and I think this part absolutely goes crazy. I love how they did this outro. I think a lot of songs on Clancy actually had some brilliant outros, and I love to see it. This one definitely sticks out the most for me. Where's the music video? Okay, sorry, I had to get that out of the way. Paladin Strait. Phenomenal closer, one of my favorite closers they've ever had, and that's crazy because every closer they make is fantastic. This song continues to build, and it just keeps building until we get this powerful drop, and of course we have that wonderful outro where it teases that Nico is back and actually has Clancy still. I chose this part of the song because there's so much going on with it. It builds up for about 4 minutes. You're like 4.5 minutes in before this part even happens. And you just feel this instrumental kind of build throughout the entire song, and every time he repeats the chorus. There's very specific production that goes behind each giving word he says throughout the song, which is just an absolutely amazing detail. And then it builds into this part where his vocals become a little more powerful and emotional, and we get these fast, very clear drum hits from Josh, and then it just pops into this big finale before it goes into the silence, before Nico comes back. I just think it's very poetic and very beautiful, and an absolutely brilliant way to end the album. I think this song truly feels like an ending to an album, and I adore it. So yeah, that's my favorite 10 seconds of Paladin. And that's it for the video. That's my favorite 10 seconds off of every song on Clancy. I know this video was like very different and pretty weird. Get used to that with me, I guess. I definitely did want to take a break from those album battle videos. Believe it or not, those take so much work, but I do not want to give up on them. I just wanted to kind of break up the content. We're definitely going to do like a Vessel versus Blurryface type of battle coming up. If you guys haven't checked out the rest, I highly recommend you do. They got a lot of support, and I'm very thankful for that. I don't know where Paladin Strait music video is. Once that video is out, I will do an entire reaction to that music video, and I'm sure there will be tears. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like these types of videos. I can definitely do this more often with other artists, but it was definitely like a different type of video. I stepped outside my comfort zone with this one. So yeah, make sure you hit the sub button, notification bell, don't miss out on any new videos, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.